हेलो गाइज, अस्सलाम वालेकुम यूट्यूब चैनल। तो आज मैं आप लोगों को बताने वाली हूँ बोन ऑफ द अपर लिम्ब। आउट ऑफ द 206 total bones in a man, the upper limbs contain as many as 64 bones. Each side the consent of 30 bones, the distributions of which is shown in table 2.1. The individual bone of the upper limb will be the described the one of one, and the other features and attachment should be the rise before the undertaking the discussions of the part of connection concerned. The paragraph on attachment should be the received when the discussions of a particular the region has been the complete. The clavicle is a long bone. It is a support the shoulder so that the arm can swing clearly away from the trunk. The clavicle transmitted the weight of the limb to the sternum. The bone has a cylindrical part called the shift and two end lateral and medial. The shift is divisible into the lateral 1/3 and the medial 2/3. The lateral 1/3 of the shift is flattened from above the downward. It has two borders, anterior and posterior. The anterior border is a concave the forward. The posterior borders is a convex the backward. These parts of these bones has two surfaces, superior and inferior. The superior surface is a substance and the inferior surface is the present elevations called the conite. Tubercles and ridges called the trapezoid ridge. The medial two-thirds of the shaft is rounded and is said to have four surfaces. The anterior surface is convex forward. The posterior surface is smooth. The superior surface is rough. In it is the medial part. The interior surface has a rough oval impressions at the medial end. The lateral half of his surface has a longitudinal subclavian groove. The nutrition foramen lies at the lateral and the groin. Lateral and medial ends. The lateral or arcual end flected from the above the downward. It various effects that the articulated with the acromony process of the scapula to from the scapuloclavian joints. The medial or sternus end is the quadrant regular and articulate with the clavicular notch of the menu brames sternins to the from the sternoclavicle joints. Thus articulate the surface sternum to the inferior accepted for articulations with the first costal the cartilages. Side determinations. The side to which clavicle belongs can be the determined from the following the characters. Number 1 है the lateral end is a flexed and the medial end large and quadrilateral. Number 2, the shift is slightly the curved so that it is the convex forward in it is the medial the 2/3 and convex forward in it is the lateral 1/3. Number 3, the inferior the surface is a grooved longitudinal in the middle 1/3. Peculiarities of the clavicle. Number 1, it is the only long bone that lies horizontal. Number 2, it is a subcutaneous throughout. Number 3, it is the first bone to start the ossifying. Number 4, it is the only long bone which is the ossifies in a membranes. Number 5, it is the only long bone which has two primary carriers of the ossification. Number 6, it is generally said to have no medially the cavity, but this is not always true. Number 7, it is occasionally perceived by the middle superclavicle nerve. ये इसका डायग्राम बना हुआ है, ये पोस्टीरियर है, ये इंटीरियर है, और ये इसका एक्रोमेडल एंड है और स्टर्मल एंड इसका ये होगा, और ये जो है इसमें कोस्टेबुलर लिगमेंटेड है इसमें, और ये बीच वाला जो है इसमें ग्रो फॉर सबक्लिवेसिस है, और ये जो आएगा इसमें जो ये वाला पार्ट है इसको कहेंगे ट्रापेजॉइड रिगिड कोनाइट ट्यूबरक्लोसिस, ओ ये होगा इसका राइट क्लेविकल इंफेरियर एक्सेप्टेड, इसको कहा जाएगा ये वाला। तो गाइस अगर मेरे पसंद आए तो लाइक करिए और शेयर करिए और कमेंट्स करें। थैंक यू।